Just last week, my son and I were sitting around talking about future projects for the XJ, maybe doing some rock sliders, a roof rack, restoring the paint and the clear coat. But just in an instant, that quick, everything has changed. Welcome to TrailRecon. I'm Brad, and today, guys, I have some very unfortunate news to share with you. If you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know about a year and a half ago, my sons and I started a build project on this 1999 Jeep Cherokee Sport, which we have named Sucio, meaning dirty girl, and it has been just an awesome bonding project with my boys, spending some time in the garage and teaching them how to do some stuff, with tools and lift kits and all kinds of great stuff that we've done on this project. But last week my son was coming home, he's home from college, and was driving the XJ, and somebody cut him off. He swerved off the side of the road and he rolled the Jeep, and you think he was airborne, and rolled it twice, landed upright. But the most important thing that we're going to talk about here today out of everything is that my son walked away just fine, thankfully. He had a couple bruises, but the bruises were actually from the tools that had come out of the toolbox in the back and kind of flown around and hit him, but otherwise he was fine. Also thankful that the XJ landed on all four tires, so it landed upright, so that is a good thing. But we've got a lot to talk about because there is a lot of damage, and we've got some decisions to make. And so what I want to do in this video today, guys, is just walk around, show you the damage, and then talk through a little bit of the options that are available to us. And you guys have been so amazing during this entire build because there are so many great XJ owners out there. After you kind of see the damage, I would love to hear from you guys and get your input. So I'm really looking forward to that. We've got some big decisions to make. We've kind of taken a big turn here because we had some cool projects lined up, and that's kind of all stopped right now because we've got a lot of body work that has to get sorted. We got to figure out what we're going to do. All right, let me just pull the camera off there, and let's just walk around and let me show you what's going on with Sucio. All right, just taking a look here from a distance, it doesn't really look like the XJ has been rolled. I mean, we're very fortunate, there's no broken glass or, massive trauma, but as we come up close, you're gonna start to see a lot of little things that really need to be addressed, and a couple big things. And the challenge is, I think technically, if we claimed this on the insurance, they would probably total it, just because it would cost more for a body repair shop to fix this than it's worth. Obviously, it's worth a lot to us, so we're gonna see. We got to see what our options are. But let's start here with the front, and I'm gonna walk around and talk about, just talk about what we've got here. So in the front, we've installed this nice steel bumper, and it's got some abrasions on it, but the bumper has held up really well. There's no damage to the bumper. It doesn't look like it was shifted really harshly in any way. And I think that's just a testament that maybe it didn't hit anything as it was rolling in the front. Maybe he was airborne. We bought this XJ. We knew that it had been in an accident originally because there's some overspray paint. So the lines of the hood have never really lined up anyway, and they don't seem any worse than they were originally. But you can see here, we've got a couple dimples and dents in the hood, and I think these are repairable. I think that this, maybe a paint, what do they call it, a paintless dent repair guy could probably fix that, or we could hammer it out from underneath, or you can replace a hood. I did a little homework, and a new hood is about $250, or we could pick one up at a junkyard. But overall, I mean, you standing right here, you wouldn't even know that the XJ was rolled, right? It looks okay. I think the hood is a pretty easy fix. Now, coming over here to the side, you can see the fender has taken a pretty big hit right here. And I'm not sure that that's fixable. I think that we actually might have to replace the fender, because also down here, it's been dented quite a bit as well. And now when we open the door, let me show you. When we open the door, it's catching on there. So we could probably hammer that out, but a new fender is actually pretty cheap. But we may give it a try to just try to see if we can fix that. But that's issue number two. So far we've got the hood and we've got the fender. And then coming along the side, the door actually looks really good. The great thing is, if you open the door here and you look at the A-pillar, there's no crimpling on the A-pillar. The A-pillar is solid, and that, you know, that's a testament to being this strong, steel-built XJ. You know, if he'd have been in some kind of compact car or something, things could have been a lot different. And also, the B-pillar is solid, and this is on both sides, but I'm just showing you the driver's side right here. It's rock solid. There's no crimpling of the metal. I don't think it took any massive hits. But the problem is, let's peek up here on the hood, or on the roof. Yeah, so we've got a massive indentation right here over where his head was, which is a little bit scary. But you can see there that that's, I don't even know how we fix that. I mean, maybe we can, oh, there's a big dimple right here too that I didn't notice before. But yeah, just taking a look at that, there's a lot of damage up there. But then look over the side towards the rear, it just gets a lot worse. And the rain gutter has been pushed in pretty far, so now it sits down a lot lower. So if I open this, it hits, right? I mean, I can open and close it, but it hits there. And so this needs to be bent back. I think we can do that, but I don't even know how to begin to try to repair this. I mean, maybe I get inside and, you know, take off the headliner and just put my feet on there and just start pounding. I don't know, I've never done any body work like that. But you can see we're definitely got a lot of waves here in the roof, so that's got to be addressed. You know, we were just talking about repairing, you know, the paint, because we've got some clear coat issues here, and we're talking about installing a roof rack. I don't know. We gotta sort that out. I mean, you know, we were able to fix this a little bit and hide it with a roof rack, but I don't know if that's what we want to do. But we'll talk about options here in a minute. Let's just finish walking around and taking a look. Now, the rear bumper, again, rock solid. It looks like it's shifted a little bit. You can see here it's not quite lining up like it did, so we probably need to loosen that up and kind of adjust it. And then the rear driver's side quarter panel is solid. There's no issues here. The pillar, the rear door, it all looks pretty straight. I mean, it's just a little bit of a, sits a little bit taller than the roof. I don't know if that maybe shifted a little bit. That might be able to be adjusted. Maybe that was that way before. I don't know. But so far, so good. Let me turn the Jeep around so we're not shining in the sun, and then we'll just take a look at the other side. A few things over there we definitely need to address. You know, again, looking at the Jeep just from a distance here in the back, it doesn't even look like anything's wrong with it. I mean, it's just amazing. How did we not break a single window in the rollover? Now, just a little different angle of the roof here. You can kind of see the waviness in that rain gutter, and then the waviness in the hood. Definitely a lot of body work there. I think it can be fixed. You know, I don't have any body work experience, but maybe we can make it look not half bad. But the rear bumper, rear tire carrier, all the rear suspension, all seems good to go. Now, the next point that we want to talk about here is the rear passenger side quarter panel. And you can see there's some waviness. So there's two big kind of indentations there. You know, I think those can be popped out, but another solution would be to get some armor, and we could just, you know, fix that as best we can, and then just install some of those armor plates that go on the side. You know, it adds some weight, but that is an option to kind of cover that up a little bit. The roof line on this side, perfectly fine. No issues. In fact, the A pillars, B pillars, C pillars, the rain gutter, everything over here, perfect. There's a couple little, I don't know if I can show you, there's a couple little dents in the door, but they're barely noticeable. But overall, looks great on this side. Now, we did lose a fender, or fender flare, I should say. But the fender itself on this side is okay. The door opens and closes fine. All the lines are okay. And we were actually just talking anyway about, you know, getting some flat fenders or something. So we were going to replace these anyway. You know, we're planning on taking all these plastic moldings off and putting some new fenders on there. So not that big a deal. Overall, guys, I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Now, I will say, amazingly, it still drives straight down the road. The steering is a little loose. I mean, it used to be a little loose. We knew we needed to do some repairs down there, but it was, you know, it was drivable, it was fine, but now there's a lot of play in there. So I'm not even letting my son drive it anymore until we get that sorted. Probably just need to do new tie rod, drag link, maybe check all the ball joints, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, so it could have been a lot worse. It's not that bad, but you know, I'm not a body shop guy. I don't know how to repair that kind of stuff. This is going to be kind of a learning lesson. Let's talk about some potential options. Now I did spend quite a bit of time in the garage just laying underneath the Jeep with a flashlight looking up just to check, you know, it's a unibody and you want to make sure that there's no crimpling under there, that everything looks straight. And I couldn't see anything under there that would lead me to believe that there was significant twisting or damage of anything. So that's really nice. You know, when you think about a Jeep that has been rolled over, you know, you have this vision in your head. At least I did when my son told me that, oh no, things are catastrophic. And really, we are so thankful that we only have this little bit of damage. But now what to do, right? I'm not calling my insurance company to claim this because then we got to deal with, you know, a salvage title and getting this all fixed. And sometimes insurance companies won't even reinsure a vehicle that's been rolled over. So any repairs that we're going to do, we have to do ourselves. Now, some folks would, you know, choose to maybe, you know, buy another XJ and just swap over the parts or something like that. For us personally, that's not an option. We've got too much sentimental value into this Jeep, into Susio, and we're keeping her. We just got to figure out what to do. So another option is, you know, maybe we kind of change gears and we turn this into a rock crawler and just, you know, cut off the top and build a roll cage up there. You know, that would be kind of a cool thing to learn how to do, but I just don't have the space in my garage for a massive project like that. And the third option, which is probably where we may go with this, is to try to fix it ourselves, you know, do as much body work as we can, and, you know, maybe using some armor and a roof rack kind of covered up. You know, it will drive me nuts if I can see a dent. You know, a little bit of OCD in myself and my kids as well. You know, we want Susio to look good. You know, we love taking her out on the trail and having a good time, but we also enjoy driving down the road and just having a great looking Jeep. So we got to figure that out. But look, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? And for you guys in there that have a lot of experience in bodywork, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. I'm going to have a buddy come over and take a look at this. He's got a little more experience than I do and give me some advice, but I would love to hear from you guys. And look, once we make our decision, we'll be back and we will let you know the plan. Susio's not going anywhere. We just got to figure out what we're going to do with her. Hey, look, I appreciate everything, guys. More to come on the XJ. If you are visiting this channel for the first time and you're wondering what are we talking about with this XJ, I will leave a link down in the description, guys. You can go check out the entire build process. And if you're here for the first time, smash that subscribe button. Love to have you as a member of the TrailRecon team. More to follow on this project, guys. Thanks for watching.